Have you ever seen a tarot deck or a bag of runes and wondered what those were about? Stay tuned and we'll talk about divination. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video by Pan Society. I'm Cherie and today I want to talk about divination. Divination is the art or practice of divining or predicting an outcome or situation using certain tools. Those tools will be specific to a culture or something you've learned, and we'll talk about a couple of them in this video, and then later on we'll break them down into other videos so that we can get more in depth into each different way of divining or a divination practice. Back in the day with our ancestors, not everybody in a tribe practiced divination. It was usually one person, the seer or the healer, or one person that was tasked with that. In modern day society, a lot of us practice it. They would divine or do readings for how well a crop was going to do. If the season was going to be great, they would divine for an auspiciousness over births, pregnancies, travel. If the people were going, exploring or, expanding the empire or the territory or whatever, they would divine the auspiciousness or if it would be okay. They would also, if they, a group of people were having a string of bad luck or just bad things were happening, they would divine why, so that they can change what they're doing or ask what they need to do to fix the situation. So it works on the premise that our paths are not set in stone, right? We always have free will no matter what. So there's like a billion ways to get to one destination. So that is kind of our journey. So if you have you get a reading and it's telling you something, you have options, right? So you can either keep doing what you're doing and get there, or you can change up what you're doing. So it's not, the readings will never be, they'll say, it'll be along the lines of, oh, if you continue eating carrots, you're going to have a baby who's born with orange skin. Not a true statement, but for example. And then you're like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't eat carrots. Or maybe I want a baby with orange skin. So that's one of those things. You take that information and then you do with it what you will. Ways of divining depend on your culture. There are cowrie shells, bones, runes, reading tea leaves, palmistry, which is palm reading, tarot cards being the biggest one, and that's one we'll touch on later on in the private FB group, so pay attention and you'll see what we're talking about later. And tarot being one of the more popular ones modern day wise anyway, but we'll break down the other methods later because they are very interesting, and they all work differently. So they all do divination, they are all part of divination, but they all work differently and in different ways and are specific to different cultures. And smoke readings even another one. So it's amazing to see how many ways are out there and what's specific to certain indigenous peoples and how they do things and where they get their information. So it's really interesting to learn certain methods. And then nowadays a lot of items are readily available. Like, you don't have to carve your own bones, you don't have to collect your own cowrie shells or carve your own runes or anything like that. Like, a lot of that is available out there. And tarot cards, there's tons of tarot decks out there available as well. But it is fun if you decide that one of those methods is for you to find the pieces and actually craft them yourselves, because they'll mean more to you and you'll have a little bit of yourself in them as well. Comment down below, let me know what method you use for divination. I'm very curious to know, especially if it's one that I haven't talked about before, because I'm always interested in learning more methods out there. And thank you for sharing your time with me today. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another Pan video.